Salutations, mortals and children of the night. I am the Vampire Otaku, and in this video, I want to talk about an underrated and underappreciated manga called Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. Let's check it out. Alright, so Beck Mongolian Chop Squad is a manga and anime about a young kid, I think about 14 years old, starting a rock band, or actually finding himself in a rock band. He starts off liking pop music and, a lot of idol singers, and then he gets introduced into the world of rock, changes his life forever. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the reasoning for making this video. I strongly feel that Beck and a few other mangas need to be reprinted. One of the main mangas that I want to be reprinted through Kodansha is actually happening next year. Initial D, very excited about that. I have my originals right here, up here, and I'm very happy and proud to have that in my collection, but I really want the new version because it's a better translation, and they're omnibuses, and having both is just a flex. So excited about that. But this manga, Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, really needs a reprint. Tokyo Pop made 12 of these volumes, and after that, I think they lost the rights to it. So that's pretty sad. That's the main character. I like the spines. This crazy dog. So in English, for Tokyo Pop, we got 12 volumes. This series is 34 volumes long in its completion. The anime is really good, but it ends a little bit short compared to the manga. So the reason why I believe it needs to have a reprint is because it's super out of print, very expensive, very hard to find. There are a lot of people who are interested in it. And I think Kodansha would also get the rights to this if they decide they wanted it or whatever. But I think they make a lot of good money with it. It's a music anime and music manga unlike any other that I've seen. It has amazing music. It has great characters, a lot of great characters. The main character is super annoying, and he becomes really cool after a while. It doesn't take too long, but he's pretty annoying at first, but he gets so cool. He learns how to play guitar. He learns how to sing. A really cool thing about the main character is in order to train his lungs and get better at holding notes and having more power in his voice, he starts swimming more, which is super cool. There's a little romance in it, which is really cool. There's like a lot of side stories with the other characters. One of the characters has a guitar, the guitarist in his band. He stole the guitar from New York City. He went to New York. The guitar had bullet holes in it. The name of the guitar was called Lucille. It belonged to a blues guitarist. It was just so crazy. Like, he risked his life for this guitar. There's a few people that want the guitarist of his band dead because he stole the guitar from a really famous and protected blues singer. The drummer is friends with the singer in the band, and they're both kind of shy, but they really open up with their music. There's two possible love interests in the story for the main character. Both of them are super cool. One of them is really popular, and the main character had a crush on her for a while, and he's just blown away to have the opportunity to hang out with her and talk to her. And the way that she introduced him to rock music really made her important to him and important to the story. The other love interest is the sister of the guitarist in the band that stole the really crazy guitar. The bass player is really smooth, always has his shirt off. Really good bass player. There's another vocalist in the band. He's real punk rock, and he also does hip hop. So he is able to hold his notes really well because of his training with rapping. He has a really keen enunciation when it comes to his words and his syllables and the way that he articulates them. The guitarist in the band he's so committed to music. He's actually the one who started the band. He's really committed to music. He He won't stay in a relationship with anybody. He'll dump someone before he loses time for practicing. Like, music is everything to him. It's his whole personality. Let's see. Basically, the guitarist starts the band and he recruits the bass player first, and then he doesn't want the vocalist because he owes the other vocalist money, and the other vocalist is kind of a troublemaker. They all kind of just come together. The drummer they kind of find, the main character's name is Koyuki. They discover that he's a good singer. His sister, the guitarist's sister, discovers that Koyuki, the main character, is a good singer. She's like, you should let him join the band. He's got to do it. I'm getting ahead of myself. There's so many great aspects to this manga. It should absolutely be reprinted because it's ahead of its time. It's funny. It's raw. It's visceral. It's entertaining. It's great writing, great character development. There's a market for it. Music mangas do really well. You got Blue Giant. You got Your Lie in April. I mean, it's music and it's also a drama. You got this one isn't as popular, La Cora de Ora. Let's see. The other manga that I want to talk about in another video, No Dame Cantabile, is another manga that I believe needs to reprint. It was with Del Rey. It's definitely an older one. You find it all in your used bookstores, half price. I usually find like 1 or 2 different volumes of that every time I go into one of those stores. But yeah, back to Beck. Beck definitely needs a reprint. Omnibus, box set, however they want to do it. There's a market for it. A new one is Bocchi the Rock. That's a rock. That's absolutely a rock anime and manga. Beck is also in the lines of that. It's not quite as funny. It's got the whole, playing live shows and the friendship between bandmates. You got K-On! These are all kind of different, but they're all similar with their aspect of music. There's definitely a market for it. And like I said before, it's severely overpriced, very out of print. It would just be amazing. If nobody else bought it, I would in a heartbeat. I would buy every volume that I could find of Beck. I spend too much money on the singles. I would gladly buy a reprint. Well, I hope I convinced someone that this manga needs a reprint. If you haven't heard of it, please check it out. You can read all 34 Tokobans online. I don't know exactly where. I don't think it's on the Viz Media app. I'm not exactly sure where you can read it, but I know that you can read it digitally somewhere. I have to look that up, but look for it for sure. It's definitely worth your time, your investment, your attention. It's just a really good story and it's really fun to read. With that being said, thank you so much for listening to me rant. I really enjoy Beck Mongolian Chop Squad. I love music and I love anime and manga. What can I say? That's what this channel is all about. All right, well, see you in the next video. If you haven't already and you feel like it, subscribe because that would make me happy. That would make this channel grow and there'll be more awesome videos for all of you. So peace.